Good morning, friends. It's Maymay, and
Hey guys, it's Shannon.
she's over there. We're in a weird setup today. As you know, here she comes. As you know, we can't be in our studio, and I'm thrown for a loop. I got to be honest. We're going to get back there soon, but our studio's had a little issue that they're working on to get it fixed. So we're having to be creative, and we had to look for light, and we are in the front of the store window to get light, and it's not great, but here we are. So why this live? It is a surprise live. We don't always do these, especially on 10 o'clock on a Tuesday morning, but I've had so many questions about what is a crop and what is craft Acropolis. And I understand that because we talk about it a lot. And especially here in my area, because people are always asking me, where can we take your classes? Where can we come locally to take your classes? And this is where you can. Now, most of our students travel from all over, but this is our in-person thing we do twice a year. Now, I'm going to talk to you about what a crop is and what you can expect at a crop because you might want to go to crop somewhere else. But I'm also going to talk to you about Craft Acropolis because that's our crop, if that makes sense. So the first thing I want to say, like I've had several people go, what is a crop? And in the South, we think it's like, what farmers do. They have a crop, and that's true. But a paper crafting crop is like a retreat for people who love paper crafting. Now, you might see a lot of people call them just retreats, like especially sewists will say retreat instead of crop. It started out being a crop, ages ago, like when scrapbooking was the thing that was done at crops, and it still in some areas is, but now it's just where it's just where a group of crafters come together and we craft together in the same space at a table with our own items for a period of time. So let's talk about the period of time. Sometimes it's a weekend retreat. Sometimes you might find a week-long retreat. Sometimes you might find a day or two. Like we have one lady that I know of in our state that does a Friday, Saturday, and sometimes you can just do Saturday, which is cool because if you work, it's hard for you to be able to, take off and do those things. So in your local area, if you're looking for crops, just search scrapbook crop, paper crafting crop, and you'll probably find some, on Google. Now let's talk about what Craft Acropolis is. So if you are local to Chilton County, or if you're able to travel into us, our crop is in Clanton, Alabama. That's where we have it. Our store, this is our retail store you see in the background, and that's where we are. But our crop is done at the Jeff State Conference Center here that we have. It's the Clanton Performing Arts and Conference Center is the name of it. And we'll have it depends on the crop, actually. The most we've had is like 100 folks gathered together, and in the facility itself, it works like this. We have what we call the big room, and in the big room, there's an 8-foot table is reserved by every crop participant, and they bring all their supplies and they work on whatever they want to work on. Like if they want to do folios, we like this time of year because if you're working on Christmas cards, this is the time to come get a crop table and zone out and work on your Christmas cards. I say zone out. You're going to meet friends and stuff too. We'll talk about that. But you can zone out, work on your Christmas cards, and get them all done in the week. This event I'm talking to you about right now is coming up in a couple of weeks. It's October 21st to the 25th at Jeff State. By the way, if I'm talking and you're like, I just want to sign up, just tell me how. In the description below and also in the chat today is the link, but you can just go to maymayevents.com, and that's where you can see all of our class information and all of Craft Acropolis. And what's really cool is as of now, Shannon, we have separate.
I'm making sure the last one is up.
She's finishing a little bit of stuff, but as of today, you can purchase individual classes too, if you'd like. So on the crop floor, you have your table that you sit at. You have all of your supplies you bring with you. You work on a project that you bring with you. There's friends around, and you can bring friends. You can encourage friends to come with you, and we kind of put your tables together in little pods. And that way, if you want to work facing your friend for 4 or 5 days, or maybe you're working on the same project and you're helping each other out, you can put your tables close together. We have a lot of fun with that. We have a lot of folks that travel from apart and meet here and then craft together. You have power. There's some Wi-Fi, but it's not the greatest. We don't promise you Wi-Fi. We hopefully will have that better in our area soon. They're working to make that happen. But right now our Wi-Fi is just not great. But you do have power, so you can use, electrical tools if you need to, heat guns and embossing machines and things like that. And also at this particular event, we offer classes. So if you don't know what you want to work on at your table and you're like, I don't know how to plan for this, you can you can take the classes. And what we do in class is we teach 75 to 80%. We finish the project 75 to 80% done. And then you can go back to your table and finish the leftovers of it. Now, we don't leave you hanging. We have samples and we show you how to do it, and we're there the whole time to help you out with that. So you can flip through the project, touch it and feel it as you complete yours. But for the most part, you get most of it done in class. And that's for every single class. Maybe not so much in because we also offer sewing classes, by the way. We have paper crafting and sewing classes in this event. So if you wanted to learn sewing or quilting, you pretty much finish those projects in class. Sometimes you carry them out on the floor with you, but not as often. We have a meal option if you want to get meals. And again, we have people that travel from all over, I would say the US, but we've had people from all over the world attend these events, and we do it twice a year. And again, it's at Jeff State, and we do a spring, summer, and then a fall. This one is our Christmas Craft Acropolis, and I love this time of year. It's my favorite one that we do. At this event, the classes you can take, I don't know Penny's by heart. I know the paper crafting ones because I put those together. So Shannon will help me with Penny's classes. And Penny does our sewing. By the way, if you're interested in our sewing classes, our teacher comes from So Charming Quilt Shop here in Clanton. Penny and her daughter Emily teach our classes there, and you can take those classes as well. Okay, so for paper crafting, here's what we're doing this year. In my class, you'll be putting together a holiday organizer, kind of a holiday agenda. It's not so much a planner as it is an organizer. I have done so many holiday planners in the past. I thought it might be cool to do a holiday organizer that you could easily turn into an everyday organizer when the holidays are over. So that's what we'll be working on in my class. Super fun. In Brenda's class, I'm so excited about this. She's going to be doing a 3-dimensional holiday photo frame that can also be a folio holder. You heard it here first. No one heard that yet till I just said it. It's also going to have a spot to put a folio in it so it can stand up and you can put your folio in. Super cool. In Missy's class, she's doing a clipboard and reindeer mason jar. It's a workshop. If you're not familiar with Missy, Missy's my friend who owns Rusty Acrylics, and she teaches a lot of decoupage. They design their own decoupage paper, and she'll teach you how to use that as well as chalk paint and how to do the like distressing and the waxing and all of that good stuff. So you learn that in her class. Now, Penny and Emily are going to be doing 3 fabric classes as well as what we call the big room quilt. And I'll tell you about the big room quilt in just a second, but their fabric classes are
so they are going to have the zipper pouch, which they're going to show you how to do 2 different types or sizes of zipper pouches, and you can make them into any size of zipper pouch. They're just going to give you basic instructions on how to make them, and then you can do your size. And then you're also going to get it's Christmas ornaments, and it's a bunch of different types of fabric Christmas ornaments, and they're really cool. There's pictures on our website that you can go look at. And then the last one they're doing is a table runner, and it is absolutely beautiful.
It's adorable. By the way, I take all the sewing classes because paper crafting is what I do by day, and then I like to sew at the crop event. So I take all those classes. I'm always excited. The big room quilt, let me explain to you what that is. So some of the people who come to our crop are seasoned sewists, seasoned quilters. They don't really need the classes, but they do enjoy coming and taking the week to make a quilt top. And so Penny puts together a quilt plan or design for you. And when you come into the crop, the first day you get day 1 instructions of what you need to do. And then when you complete those, you get day 2 instructions, day 3 instructions. So each day you work on different steps of your quilt top. And at the end of the event, you have a completed quilt top. Some people don't complete theirs at the event. Some people sew super, super fast. Some don't sew as fast, and that's fine. So some people have some to finish when they go home. But the majority of folks finish their quilt top. And the big room quilt this year is actually Christmas themed, and it's really, really cute. And I had thought about not doing it, but I kind of think I might because it's real, real cute and give us something to sew during the day. So if you take the classes and you don't take the big room quilt, you can work on other projects at your crop table. Or if you take the big room quilt, you can take your classes and do the big room quilt at the table. Can they still get bundles, or how's it working?
Yes, there are still bundles. Also on the big room quilt, there are 2 different designs, and you can see both of those listed on the site.
Oh, they get to choose a different design? Which one?
Yes.
Let me see.
There is
I didn't know that.
tree.
We can
There's
do
the
the
plaid
plaid.
or the tree.
I'm in for the plaid. I love
So,
that. I've been wanting to make a plaid quilt. That'll be fun.
But there are still bundles. You can get an entire event bundle still. You can just get a paper crafting bundle, or you can just get a sewing bundle. We also do have individual tables listed. So if you just want to rent a table and come do whatever you want to do that whole time, you can. Lunches are not included in this one. So there is a separate section for you to add lunches on if you want the lunches during the day.
Let's talk about lunches. So in the past, we've always done, if you bought a bundle, your lunch came with it. And with so many dietary restrictions, it's hard for everybody to really enjoy the lunches that we get. Although they're fantastic, it's hard for people to enjoy every single thing in the box. You know, some things are good, some things may not be. So what we did this year is we pulled them out. So if you want to cover your own meals, that's perfectly fine. And then if you want your meals brought into you, we're having it catered. This year it's the frozen goat, right? I think Nate and his group at the Frozen Goat are doing every day, every meal this time. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And so we try to do somebody different in our area. We did what neighborhood last year. We're gonna do Frozen Goat this year, and before that it was Hannah Pate, her catering. So we try to do somebody different local. But if you want to eat local, we get it. A lot of people really enjoy coming in after breakfast, crafting till lunch, heading out at lunch for an hour or two and coming back. Something else that you might be interested to know is how long we get to be on the crop floor. We get to be there from, is it 8:30 a.m. or 8 a.m.?
I think it's 8 a.m.
We get to be on the crop floor from, she's looking, I don't want to tell you anything wrong, so we always double check what our words are, what we have listed on our website. Because in our mind, it's just from get up to go to sleep, right? That's what it is for us.
Let's see, the crop floor is open from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Tuesday through Thursday and 8 to 4 on Friday.
And the cool thing is we're doing something a little different with this particular event. We always have a reception to open the event to allow you guys to meet each other, and we kind of do some little icebreaker games. Don't worry, if you're an introvert, it's not scary, because I too am an introvert. I do not make it scary for you. But we do a little reception, and this year we're doing the reception at the location, and we're also going to be able to put our stuff in on our tables the night before, which is going to be really cool.
On Monday at 3:30, the registration table will be up and running, so you can come in and register and then go back out and bring your goodies in.
A couple of questions I've seen floating in the chat, I'll go ahead and talk about real quick. One was, how big of a crop space do you get? How big is your table? These tables are 3 by 8, 3.5 by 8.
I think
We call them fellowship hall tables, if you know what that means. Like they're 8 foot, not 6 foot, which is really cool. And you get the whole table. And if you partner with someone, this is what I think is cool. You bring a buddy with you and you both get a table and you put them together. A lot of people have really done a good job of utilizing all the space to share all their stuff. No one has ever told me they don't have enough space. Like,
yeah,
I have been to crops where we had a 4-foot table and that was not big enough. Like, I didn't have room on a 4-foot table, but these tables, you have plenty of room. So that one's really good. Another thing I saw was, do we bring our sewing machine? You do need to bring your sewing machine. I will tell you that there are some loaner machines, very few loaner machines that we have available between me and Penny. And so if you let us know early enough, we can try to grab one for you, but there's very few available. So we do encourage you to bring a sewing machine. And if you don't have one and you're just wanting to start sewing, it's a good time to do it. This is a good one. And Penny offers sewing machines at her location. And so she can get those for you as well. And we've had students in the past who have bought their sewing machine online and picked it up when they got here. Yes. So you can do that. Penny will work with you in any way you want. Also, what do you need to bring with you to a crop? This is a great question. We work very hard in the paper crafting and the fabric to get you your kit. Like, I think 90% of what you're going to need is in your kit. What we ask you to bring with you is called your Make It kit. Now, the Make It kit is going to be things you're going to use in every class, right? So for your paper, it's going to be like your scoreboard, your scissors, your glue, a wet glue and a sticky tape. I said a bone folder. I didn't say that. A paper trimmer. What else might you need? A pokey tool. Any punches, if there's punches you like to use. If you like to distress the edges of things, you're going to want to bring some ink and stuff like that. But we have that listed for you. So you don't have to bring a lot to participate in the classes. And if you see something on that Make It kit and you're like, I don't have that, just contact us and we'll either have a loaner for you, or we also have it in our store. You can purchase it and pick it up. That's another thing. While you're here at the event, at our crop event, you can shop in our store. You can shop at Penny's and also Missy's. And we usually do some kind of something special in the store for you to come see. And for us, the special thing for us is we're prepping for Christmas. So you'll get to see, we're prepping for Christmas open house, which happens next month, but you'll get to see the preliminary prep that we've got done so far. We don't have everything done, but I love looking. You can see our little snowman mail guy, but there's other right now. How many people are coming? I don't know. We don't have a full number yet for how many people are coming to Craft Acropolis. We have the room for, just like we did last time. I think we have plenty of room. And we'll know more about who all's coming in the coming days. Tickets are still selling. So we just we don't even know what to tell the caterer yet. How about that? We had that conversation. We don't know yet. Let the tickets sell. Okay. So that is basically what our crop is. And if I'm going to say this, I've had people say, yeah, but a crop is for people who've been crafting a long time. You'd be surprised. Like, we make our classes so that beginners can really jump in and enjoy it. What I love to do is teach a beginner how to paper craft. And I'm going to tell you what's even better. When you come into one of these classes and you're sitting with people who've been at Craft Acropolis, like some of our people have been there 5, 6, 7 times. Like they've been there a lot. Okay. And they love to help you as well. So what my favorite thing to see is a group at a table learning and someone they just met teaching them and helping them as they go. Crafters love to help you. They want you to know more about what we do and how we do it. And so the community that you will meet is incredible. I want to say that because I think people are really scared of showing up alone. That's one thing too. We work really hard to make sure you don't feel alone. That's a cool thing for us. The reason Shannon and I love Craft Acropolis so much is we literally don't come to work that week. We are there. And so we get to walk around to every table and spend time with every student and get to know each other. And you guys will meet each other around the room. If you're reading in the chat right now, I guarantee you some of our Made It's are going to talk about how many times they've been there, how wonderful it is to get to meet people. There have been lifelong relationships created across state lines. Like we have people that, like I said, they travel in to meet at these events. And it's just so much fun. We love it so much.
If you don't know anybody, if I know it's not a name I've seen, I try to put you near someone that has been there for a while. And then I know we'll reach out and talk to you. So you're not alone.
Let's talk about
fast friends.
We'll talk about that too. The room is really large. I want to say the entire room is like 3,000 square feet or 3,300 square. It's really big. We don't use all of that space, but it's a big room. But what Shannon can do for you, if this is your first time coming and you're like, I really would like my table in a certain spot, like maybe you want to be close to the door, maybe you want to be close to the back. We have requests, we get requests, and Shannon does her best to make that happen. And so far you've been able to do that for everybody. And the funny thing is a lot of times whenever you get there, you're like, I want to be in the back of the room away from things. And then you meet people and you're like, can I move my table? That actually happens more than not. And that's our favorite thing. We prefer that. We're like, that's great. We want you to do that. You guys ask questions in the chat and we'll answer them real quick before we head out. I didn't want this to take too long today. I just really wanted those of you who were like, what is a crop, to kind of get an answer. And I want to make sure I did cover all the answers. Did you see anything I might have missed? Or
someone asked if there's a doggy daycare in Clanton.
We have, is it doggy daycare? There's maybe 3 different places in the area that at least are boarding facilities alone, like that's what they do. I'm pretty sure in those places you could do that. There's one in Jemison. There's one here. Camp Crazy Bones is one of them, and I bet they do it. But let me tell you, I'm glad you said that. If you have a specific need, something that you need us to look into or find the right option for you, if you will reach out, we will make that happen. We'll get on the phone and connect you with who you're looking for. We've done that in the past, and we would love to do that. Someone asked the biggest question: will the facility be cold? Probably. I never hide that from you. But Shannon has a sweatshirt on today in our shop. Like some people need sweatshirts, right? And you'll see in our stuff that we write up for you guys to tell you what to bring and stuff. We always recommend you bring a cardigan. You might bring a blanket. You might bring a small, like a heated blanket, something like that. The room that we are in tends to be cold. I will tell you the fall event is usually less cold because it's not so hot outside. So the AC is not running 100%. But our June event is typically very, very hot outside. Or we're not doing it in June next year. But when we did it in June, it was so hot outside. We were having a heat wave and the air ran the entire time. So yes, the room can be cold. It is very large and it is, it can be cold. So we warn you of that. Most people cuddle up. they wear something warm. Shannon's gonna have a sweatshirt on most of the time.
Probably.
That's how it is. So how far are we from Birmingham, and how many hours would I have to your city from the airport? We are 40 minutes from Birmingham.
It's 53 minutes from Birmingham Shuttlesworth Airport.
You just did that. You looked it up. 53 minutes. 53 minutes. We have hotels here. We have campgrounds if you want to bring a camper. We have there's some Airbnbs. Let me tell you, we have several groups that have smarted this thing out. Ready? This is what they did. They got an Airbnb at the lake because we're very close to, what lake is it? I always get it wrong.
Well, there's Lake Martin, not Lake Martin, Mitchell. Yeah.
Again, contact us. We can help you find things. But we have Airbnbs that the drive is 15 minutes from the lake. Not bad at all. And we have one group that will get their Airbnb cabin, so they're at the lake for the week as well as cropping. It's pretty cool.
And if you go to maymayevents.com, on the top of each one of the products, the address for the convention center is listed. So if you need to do directions from, if you're trying to find a place and you know where the rental location is, you can direction to that address and it'll tell you about how long that spot is from where we're at.
Tamitha shared the link from our Maymay event site where we have places to stay listed there. I want to say we have places to eat, places to stay, places to shop. Like we have a lot of stuff on there, don't we? Someone said dress in layers. That's what we do every day. I wear a cardigan because you just never know how the room is going to be. We have lunch in it. We have a room that we use for our lunchroom. So it's near a bunch of windows. Just like, do you remember when you were in college and like one class would be cold, one class would be hot, one class would be this?
The classrooms have a tendency to be a little bit warmer
because they're smaller.
So you don't want to wear a full hooded fleece pullover if you get hot when you get in an enclosed space.
I just like layers. Like I try to wear, even if you wear a sweatshirt, just wear something under it. You can take the top layer off and put it back on. Okay. The event center is handicap accessible. I saw that question. It is covered for all disabilities. So it is good with that. There's an elevator. We don't use the upstairs, but there is an elevator. There's, restrooms in both ends of the facility. Like we're very, very lucky to have the facility we have here in Clanton. We're really blessed to have that. So it's really nice. Oh my goodness. Lisa Rodriguez is coming from South Korea just for this. I can hardly wait. That is so cool. We're so excited. Someone asked if there would be a disc this year. Did they say disc? Yeah, a disc. So we have a really cool thing that we like to mark how many events you've attended, and that's on your table. So when you arrive, you have your initial one, and then you get one for every year. So some of our participants have got a lot of little discs that have the info on it, and yes, there will be one for this year. Okay. I think we answered everything. I'm very excited about the event. It is coming up really soon. So, another thing I did not cover this. This is important. If you are local and you don't want to do the whole crop, you just want to take some classes, you can absolutely sign up just for the classes. We have several people in our area that come just for the classes. So now you can head to the Maymay event site and pick what classes you want to take. The date and time are listed for them. So just whenever you purchase them, just kind of pay attention to when your days are, you need to be there and what time. And Shannon will also keep you updated. She's really good about that. When you come in, some of this stuff I'm giving stuff away, but when you come in at your table, there's always a goodie bag. All of the vendors and all of the teachers give you a little sweet treat. And there's usually something special for you to keep long-term, and then you also will have your schedule there, your name tag. It's a lot of fun. We have a really good time together. And if you've never been, I encourage you to try one. I think you'll enjoy it.
Yes.
All right, Shannon, anything else?
I think that's it.
Couple of emails you might want to know. One is info@maymaymadeit.com. That's for your basic info, anything you need. If you need something like scheduling or purchasing the class or anything like that, you can reach out to Shannon@maymaymadeit.com. And all that's available. You can get that through our website as well, so you can catch us there. All right, you guys, we hope you have a wonderful day. Until next time, bye now.